Hi everyone, Tracey here. If you're applying for undergrad programs or grad programs in Canada or in United States, you probably know that interview can be a key process in the whole application. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you some key tips to help you better prepare for those interviews and help you stand out in the interview. So before we dive into the tips, we have to understand the two different types of interviews. So the first type is the live interview. So it could be virtually through different platforms such as Zoom, Google Meet. It usually involves a real interviewer, maybe admission officer. The second type of the interview is a pre-recorded interview. So the students need to respond to a mix of written questions as well as pre-recorded video questions. It's all just the student facing the laptop and typing and recording responses. So I did some research into these prestigious programs and I found out two really important trends. One is that a lot of programs that didn't used to have an interview portion are now adding them. And then the second trend is those that used to have live interviews are shifting toward pre-recorded interviews. This is to say, if you're not familiar with the pre-recorded interviews, it is really important to prepare yourself for it. And this video is going to help you get started. Tip number one is to dive into the specific program and the specific university. So think about your motivation. What are its key features that really speak to you? After diving into the website, you can also capture some key words that they use over and over again. Not just sound like a student before you become a student. This specifically works for business programs. My tip number two is to do a lot of practice and mock interviews. There are several common questions that you should already be preparing for. So for example, why this program, why this school? For grad school, maybe why this particular research area? My way of preparing for more behavioral questions is basically think about my key achievements or important experiences and then try to think, why did I do it? What did I do and what's the impact of what I did? And then try to structure it using like the most common STAR method. If you're gonna have a live interview, you want to practice with somebody, for example, a friend, a mentor. If your interview is gonna be a pre-recorded interview, then a good resource here is MYLS AI Interviews. Platform provides practices for very popular programs in Canada. You can choose your target program in this platform and then you can start your practice. So the practice already combines the written part as well as the video part. I also heard some people got very similar questions in their real interviews. Your whole response will be recorded and then later they're going to give you a grade based on what you wrote and what you said. They're going to give you very specific feedback. Compared to other paid services, MYLS AI interview is really cost efficient because it costs as little as $79 and it does the job. But based on your need, you might be spending more because you have more target programs or need more tailored help. Needless to say, talking to the camera on your laptop is not the most comfortable thing to do. It's basically just one black dot and then there's nobody actually there and we're not trained to talk to the machines. And then there's also a time limit and everything. It makes it super stressful. So utilizing platforms like this one really help you get ready. You want to focus on areas of improvement such as whether you are talking concisely or you're talking in circles, and are you showing concrete examples, are you showing significant impact. If your body language is too distracting for other people, or even if you're using a lot of filler words. Okay, my tip number three is to show personality, to show your authentic self. In Chinese, we say like 人设. You want to make sure that the interviewer has like that one word or two words to describe you, like to call you out like very easily. For example, for me, I could be the influencer girl, I could be the content creator girl, I can be the trilingual girl. You want to think about what you can be in one word or two word. Make it easy for the interviewers to remember who you are. My tip number four is to prepare some thoughtful questions to ask at the end. There are a lot of sample questions out there. You can also look into it to see which one fits. And then you can also ask questions based on whatever the interviewers have said earlier in your interview, that shows that you're paying attention to what they're talking about. So today I shared 4 tips on preparing for the interview. Interviews are not just about the schools selecting the brightest students, but it's also an opportunity for you to show your true self and try to see if this is a good fit. So I wish everybody best of luck for your applications for your academic programs. We'll see each other next time very soon. Bye bye.